Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing some really cute and really easy boot cuffs. I chose to do this particular pattern with really simple stitches so that it's very beginner friendly, and they work up really quick. It's a very quick, simple project. I'm going to be using an I 5.5mm hook and some worsted weight Vanna's Choice yarn. So very straightforward, very standard, easy stitches. I definitely wanted to do a boot cuff pattern because I live in South Florida where it gets a little chilly for maybe a couple of months out of the year, but it's pretty hot most of the time. So I wanted something that was quick and easy to make that I didn't spend a whole lot of time doing because I don't get the opportunity to wear them very much, and I don't need to wear big thick socks under my boots or anything like that. So the boot cuffs are just adding a little cute style to my outfit already without adding a whole lot of heat and insulation because I don't necessarily need that. So they're great for warmer weather climates, or even if it is cold, you could definitely put these with socks or something else if you needed to. But these are super easy and super quick, and let's get started. So we're going to start with a slip knot. And once you get that slip knot on your hook, we're going to start with a foundation chain, and you're going to chain 16. So go ahead and chain 16. And then after we've chained, we're going to start with a series of double crochets. So go ahead and double crochet in the second chain from your hook. And then you're just going to do regular double crochets all the way down your chain. So remember, that's yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first two, and yarn over, pull through the last two loops. If you have any questions about these simple stitches or need a review on any of them to do this project, please refer back to my crochet beginner series. I'll have the link to that in the description box if you need it. So once we get all the way down this row of double crochets, we're going to chain 2. That's how it should be looking. So chain 2, and then we're going to turn our work. And we're going to double crochet back the other way, except this time we're only going to double crochet in the back loops. So if you look at those stitches on top, you only go in the back loop here. So you're double crocheting just as usual, but don't insert your hook through both of those loops, just go into the back loop. But all the other processes of a normal double crochet are exactly what you're doing. You're just going through just the back loop instead of both. So you want to do back loop double crochets all the way down. So you should have 15 double crochets. Make sure to count your stitches, especially for these first few rows, just to make sure that you come out with a nice even rectangle and you're not accidentally increasing or decreasing. So now we can see how that's looking. You're going to chain 2 and turn. And now we're going to double crochet, but only in the front loop. So that's the back loop that we just worked into, and now we're going to work only in the front loops for this row. So double crochet just in the front loops. And what this is going to do is it's going to create like a ribbing on one side, and then the other side is distinctly going to be the back of your work. So it's just going to create these nice little rows that will create a little bit more texture than if you were doing just a plain double crochet. And we're just going to alternate back and forth doing front loop and back loop. So go all the way down the row doing 15 back loop double crochets, or I'm sorry, front loop double crochets. So that is how your work should be looking, and here is the front of our boot cuff. And you just chain 2, and now we're ready to work in those back loops again. So go ahead and double crochet all the way down the row with 15 back loop double crochets. And you're just going to keep going like this, a row of back loop, a row of front loop, all the way until you have 16 total rows of front and back loop double crochets. There's the back and this is the front. You can see kind of the ribbing there. And what we're going to do is just line up our starting foundation chain and our last 16th row. And we're just going to slip stitch this closed. So insert your hook right under that last stitch you made after that 16th row, and then go through right under where your original slip knot was in that foundation chain and pull through a loop, and don't yarn over, just go ahead and pull through the loop on your hook and just line up those stitches and go ahead and slip stitch all the way down the row, making sure that you're lining up the stitches from that 16th row of double crochets and the foundation chain. And really this is the last step that you have to do to make your boot cuffs. You want to make sure to make 2 of these. But after you get all the way down that row, lining them all up, you have a nice seam, and you just have to finish off and then weave in your ends. So this is how it should be looking. Very simple and straightforward. You can definitely make a pair of these in under an hour, even if you're a beginner crocheter. They're very quick and easy. And feel free to make more than 16 rows or less than 16 rows of double crochets, depending on who you're making these for. You can definitely resize them as you need to, just increase or decrease how many rows of front and back loop double crochets you're doing. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you next time.